afternoon, students. Are you able to hear me? Yes, all are listening to me. In the last session, we discussed about the file organizations. Two file organizations we discussed, which are sequential file organization and direct access file organization. So today we are going to discuss another file organization, which is index sequential file organization. Before going ahead, I would like to revise, or I would like to mention few points regarding index sequential and direct access file. Now, in simple sequential file organization, what happens? We enter the records sequentially, and in direct access file, we have to apply a hash function which will convert the key into the position. So it will calculate the position of uh, those who- those records, and it will store at that position. And if that is not empty, that is collision is happening, then the another position will be calculated by applying collision resolution technique. In sequential file organization, there is no collision resolution required. Okay, and in sequential file organization, searching complexity is big O of n, because it follows linear search algorithm. Okay, so in sequential file, there is disadvantage of searching complexity is more. Okay, and if there are multiple blocks in the multiple attributes are there for every record, that is, suppose every record is to be stored 50 uh, attributes of every record, then searching becomes difficult in such files. So in direct access file, what is done? We apply hash function to calculate the position, and accordingly we compare with very less number of records. Okay, so only with the synonyms it might be comparing, or between the number of synonyms to number of all records. Okay, so the searching complexity is reduced, then big O of n. That is the advantage of direct access file. Now, in, so we have seen both this, and we have seen uh, the how to implement also direct access file, how to write the insertion logic in the direct access file. Now there are disadvantages of this direct access file also. The performance completely depends on the hash function, and the time is required to calculate that uh, hash value, or if there is collision, then collision resolution technique, that is also complicated. So we have another file type, another file organization, which is combination of these two. This combination of the sequential organization as well as the direct access file. So it is called as index sequential file. Now, what do you mean by index? What exactly is index? In our books, we have the index where all the topics are listed and its page numbers are listed, isn't it? So it makes the searching in the book easier. We search the topic first in the index. If that topic is present, we go directly to that particular page. similarly, in index sequential file, our actual data will be stored in the data file, and we will create index of that data file in the another file, which is index file. Okay, so another file is created, which is index file for our data file, and that index file is based on the primary key using which we are going to search that record. Okay, so the records are stored sequentially. So in original data file, we will enter the records as we enter in the sequential file. Okay, so the records will be inserted sequentially in the data file, and along with that, the in the index file, we will store the index of that particular record, that is its primary key and position where we have added that record in the data file. Okay, so that will be stored in the index file. Okay, so we will manipulate index file first every time. In index file, we can perform sorting on that index file based on the key. Okay, so what we will do, if we want to search anything in the data file, we will first store its key. We will first search its key in the index file. If that is present there, we will access its position in the index file, and we will directly go to that position in the data file. So no need of accessing all the records in the data file. Okay, we will be accessing all the keys in the index file in order to search the required key. Okay, so it is similar to index in the book. So if you see here, this is the index file where all the records are stored. This is the key, name is the key here. So this is index file where name and its position, it is pointer. Okay, name and position in the data file, that is stored for every record. Name and its position, name and its position, like that. And this is actual data file where this is actual data file where all the records are stored. Okay, so if I have to add one more record in this file, I will be adding a record, actual complete record here in the data file, and I will store its index in the index file. Its respective index will be stored here in the index file, which will be storing the name of the new record inserted and the position. Okay, and its position. So in this way, if I want to search any record, I will be first searching that key in this index file. If the key is found here, then only I will access the position to reach to that particular record. If the key is not found in this index file, then that means the record is not present. No need of going to the data file in that case. Okay, so this is the logic behind index sequential file, and we can do the sorting on the records here. Okay, no need of doing sorting in the data file. We can just sort the indices in the index file. Okay, so that we can apply binary search algorithm also here. Okay, so this index sequential file, it allows the database management system to locate particular record in a file more quickly and thereby speed response to the user queries. Okay, so in DBMS, this can be used to respond to the user queries in the faster way. Clear? So it is not having any hash function or any collision resolution method. Just we are storing the indices in the index file. We are operating on that index file first before going to the actual data file. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to create another file, which is index file for our data file, and we will be operating on this file first. And if the record is found here, in order to perform suppose updation of any record also, we will first search the record here in the index file. If it is found, we will go to that and we will do the updation on this record. Okay, so there is another smaller file stored or smaller version of index stored. So instead of searching in this large file, we are searching first on this smaller file, which is index file. Now, what is the disadvantage of this method? Suppose I want to search in this data file instead of searching according to names. If I want to search according to this ID, which is there, okay, I cannot do it with this index file. Okay, so I have to create another index file which is based on this ID. Okay, so that index file will store this ID and position like that. So if I have to search according to ID, I have to create another index file, or in that case, I have to do the linear search on this data file directly. Okay, so that is the disadvantage. Whatever is your primary key, okay, accordingly we are creating the index file. If you want to allow searching with another parameters, then you have to create another index file, or you have to do the linear search on the data file. Okay, that is the disadvantage. And one more disadvantage is it takes extra memory to store the index file. Okay. So the file containing the logical records is called data file, which is our original file, and the file containing the index records, it is called index file. The structure, this index file, index sequential file, it is compromised between purely sequential and purely random file. Okay, so in this, the records can be processed sequentially, like we can access all the records in the data file, or individually accessed using search key, which uses the index file first. Okay, so it is combination of both the methods. Now there are various ways in which we can do other combinations of indexing, other different types of indexing. Okay, whatever we have seen here, this example is complete indexing of all the records using the parameter name. Okay, this is complete indexing. And if you want to allow for the binary search, you have to arrange the indices in the sorted order. Okay, no need of arranging the data in the sorted order in that case. Okay, now this is example of partial indexing, where indexing is not done on each and every record of the data file. Index for every record in the data file is not stored. What is done? Index of some of the records will be stored. So block, every block, it will have a representative in the index. Okay, every block will have a representative in the index file. So here the data is arranged in the ascending order of names. So all the records with alphabet A, initial alphabet A, will be stored in one block, and its representative is there in the index. Okay, so this is another block, block 2, where all the records with starting name with B are stored, and its representative is there in the index file. Okay, so it is telling that the records with name B are started at 5. Okay, and A0 is not stored because it is by default A should start at position 0, and from B we are starting here to store. Okay, and the records with name C are started at position 10, like that. Okay, so this is partial indexing, which is storing block wise the starting of the only start element will be stored. So if I have to search this record, okay, which is Blantyre, okay, its index is not available here in the index file. So what I will do, I will check here that B is starting at position 5. So I will start searching. So linear search will be performed from position 5, okay, till position 10, because at 10 C records from C are starting. So 5, between 5 to 10, if that record is there, it will be there. Otherwise, we will conclude that that record is not present. Okay. Then Another way of storing indices is multiple index files. That is, we can have multiple files, because if we want to allow searching using names as well as searching using uh, whatever is this, suppose this is surname. Okay, so we can allow searching using any of these parameters, right? So that's why two index files are created. Okay, if you want that searching should be allowed by a third parameter, you have to create another third index file which will have that key and its position. Okay, so that is multiple index files. You can create multiple index file to allow searching with multiple parameters. Then this is level wise indexing, where in the first level, okay, so suppose this is actual data file, and in the first level index we are storing the block wise. This block, its index, its key and its position is stored here. This is second block where its key 8, starting key 8, and the position is stored here. Okay, like that we are creating first level index. So suppose these are the memory blocks. Okay, and block wise we are storing the details here, indices here. And suppose this is single server, this is another server where we have stored some other data. Okay, in the second server we are storing this data, and this is the index for that server. This is the data stored in the third server, and this is index for that server, like that. So this is first level index, and this is the master index or second level index, top level index, where we can find that on which server we will be able to find that data, on which server that data will be available. So if I want to search any data between 2 to 35, I will be moving to the server 1. And suppose I am searching 16, so that means the records between 15 to 24. So I will be moving to this particular block of the memory. Okay, so this is second level index. Now in general, in real time, the data will be stored in this way, okay, which we don't come to know. This type of indexing is already available if suppose in banking sector, if multiple accounts are present of that bank, and this is suppose the branch, for every branch there is one server and the accounts related to that particular bank. Okay, and we can organize the records in that bank with some order. Okay, like consumer id. So this consumer id is able to create the index at that first level. Okay, so this is the index present at that particular branch, and uh, there is a master file which is top level file which is for that bank itself. Okay, so suppose I am searching any account with that particular consumer id, I have to first move to its respective branch where that record will be found, and then from that I will be moving to the particular block of the memory. Okay, but if I am not able to find that here only, okay, if that range is not there mentioned here, that means I will conclude that such account is not there. Or if I come to this and if I don't find that type of record, I will not move to the actual block of memory. Okay, and when we are moving to that block, we have to perform sequential access on that record. Okay, like this we will be working with the index files here. Then advantages of this is efficient access of records using index is stored in the separate file, and variable length records can be efficiently handled. So even if every record is not having same size. Like it was the disadvantage of direct access file, that variable length records are not handled easily. Okay, because we have to apply the hash function, so every record must be of same size. Here there is no such condition. Okay, every record can have different size, and this is having efficient access to the records using the index stored in a separate file. But here the disadvantages are extra memory is required, and index must be modified after every insertion and deletion operation. And if you want to search with another parameter than the index parameter, then you have to create another index file, or you have to perform sequential search in that case. Okay, that is the disadvantage. Then we will see its code. Okay, simultaneously how to write, how to create such files, or how to work on such files. So this is a index sequential file where this is actual record, a structure record for employee, which is having name, id and salary, these details. Okay, so our data file, it contains three parameters: name, id and salary, and we will create an index file with such index which will have employee id and position. Okay, so our index file is based on this parameter, employee id, and we will store the position where that record is stored. Now here all the database operations are written: insert, display, update, then search, append, delete, all these operations which we have to perform on the file. Okay, so initially in insert we will be opening both the files. Both the files are opened. Okay, these are the objects, extreme objects, sequential file and index file. Both the files, employee.txt and index.txt, are opened in input as well as output mode and binary mode. Okay, then after opening the files, we will take the data for the one employee which is to be added into the data file. Then we are moving to the end of the both the files. We are taking the put pointer to the end of both the files. That means we want to write. That's why put pointer is taken to the end. Then we are counting how many records are there in that file. Okay, that is record number. For this current record will be calculated like this. So how it is calculated? The position, the end position, after taking the put pointer at the end of the file, what is the position? That is tell p, position of the put pointer, and divide by size of single record. So that will give us how many records are present in the file. Okay, that is current records number we will get, where we want to add now the new record. Here this n. So now in the sequential file we will write that data which we have taken from the user, this records. Okay, this is written at the end of the file, sequential file, and respective index is added in the index file. So in the index file, end records.employee id is same as the currently added record in the record file. Similarly, the position in the index file is n, which we have calculated. Okay, the last position where we have added currently this record, that the position of that record, starting position of that record will be added in the index file. Okay, at the end, and we will write this record in the index file at the end. Okay, and n is modified, and we will close both the files. So what we have done, we have added a record in the sequential file, that is our data file, and its respective index is added in the index file. Now in displaying, we are displaying both the files, index file, okay, from the beginning. So G gate pointer will be taken at the beginning, and then we will start reading each and every record and displaying it. Similarly, we will read the our data file also. We will open the data file in the read mode, and then we will take the data get pointer at the beginning of that data file, and we will display all the records. Okay. Similarly, in searching, we will see only search function. In search function, we will open first the index file. We will take the ID which we have to search. We will open that index file and we will search in the index file first, whether that ID is existing or not. We will read each and every record and compare the ID. Okay. So until we reach the end of the file, we will go on comparing. But if the match is not found, the loop might end, or the loop will end when the match is found. So if we get the position equal to -1, that means the comparison is not successful with any of the records. Okay, so the record is not present. We will not move to data file in that case. But if the loop is ended because of the record is found, that is match is found, then we will just directly go, we will access the position of that record in the index file. In the index file, we will get the position and we will directly go to that position. That is, offset is calculated based on that position, and we will open the file, open our data file, and directly move the get pointer to that offset, which is calculated based on the position of the record. Okay, position is nothing but in index file. If the match is found, the position from that record is nothing but our position based on which the offset is calculated. Okay. And it will take us to that particular, the offset will be set directly to that record, and we will read the details of that record. So comparison is not done with all the records. Only index file is searched for the match of the key. If that is matched, then we will directly calculate the offset from that position. Okay, clear? In this way, our index file organization will work. Okay, so comparison might be asked between all these three file organizations. There are advantages and disadvantages of all the three organizations. Okay, but based on your requirement, you can select whichever organization is required for your application. It is not like that any one of the index is better, or direct access file is better. We cannot say that until and unless we have the application with us. When we have application, then we can find out our requirement, and accordingly we will select the required or appropriate file organization. Okay, so with this we have completed our syllabus. I think only two topics are remaining. This multi-index files, and multi-index files we have seen multiple index files, and inverted file is nothing but it is also similar to multiple index files, but here there is one difference in these two. That is, the same key value is there in the we'll go to that multi-index file and we'll check. So this is multiple index files where we have here in every record the name and position, and here surname and position, but we cannot link here both together, that which name and surname is matching. We are not able to tell it from this particular index. But if we are able to match this, suppose instead along with this we have suppose one parameter which is record number or anything, okay, any other ID using which we can connect these two. So that is multi-index files, And in inverted file, we are not able to connect these two index files together. Okay, so the difference between multi-list and inverted file is that the multi-list records with the same key value are linked together along with the link information. Okay, so there is linking possible between the index files, that is multi-list, and but in case of inverted files, link information is kept in the index itself. So we are not able to link these details. Okay, this inverted file. So in inverted file, actually we are storing in another sense, like who is having address 2, 4, etc. So in that we can store at address 2, 4 we are having these surnames. Okay, or 2, 4, 5 are having surname Hastings. So we are storing the index in another way, that is inverted file. Okay, that is we are storing that in position 2, 4, 5 we have all the elements with surname Hastings, like that. Okay, that is inverted file. So with this we have completed this 6th unit, and you have to implement these two, direct access file and index sequential file. In direct access file you have to write hash function, and collision resolution method which you will be using is chaining without replacement, linear probing with chaining without replacement algorithm. So you have to implement that algorithm using simple in the simple hashing table also, hash table also, using array, and you have to implement that same algorithm with the file also, direct access. Okay, and the second assignment is index sequential file, where you will be creating two files. One is index file and another is the data file. Okay, and when you will add the data into data file, you have to modify your index file accordingly. Yeah. So with this we have completed this unit. In the next unit we will start the 5th uh, unit, which is multi-tree. We will be learning multi-tree with the multi-way trees in the next section, and we'll start with the presentations also. I'll introduce, I will tell you what is red and black tree, and then we will start with the presentations from the tomorrow's session. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask me. If any doubt is there in the file organization, one topic I have given for self-study, that is external storage devices. Okay, and many of you have submitted also the PPTs. Comparison can be asked on any of these. So you can compare direct access file and the index sequential file. In direct access file, hash uh, function is to be written. In index sequential file, just simple index file you have to create. So in direct access file, it is mathematically complicated because you have to write the algorithm for collision resolution also. And in index sequential file, the memory required is more because you will be storing index files. Okay, if searching is to be allowed with another parameter also, you have to create another index file. So multiple index files might be created, so more memory will be required. In direct access file, the record length must be similar, whereas the index sequential file can work on variable length records also. So that is the difference between these two. There is nothing better or nothing uh, worst in this. According to our requirement, we have to select the file organization. Okay. If any doubt is there, you can ask me. Yes, anyone? So with this, we will stop here. No doubt is there. We will stop. And simultaneously, you start the practicals. Okay? Implementation of all these concepts which we have learned.